All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. A quote by Edmund Burke. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, how many of you have a pet? Who has a dog? Julie, can you tell us your dog's name and a little bit about your dog?
My dog's name is Bella, and she's 2 years old, and she's a Labrador Retriever. She's whitish, with a yellow lab, but she's more white in color, and I love her. She's a great dog.
That's cool. Thank you very much. Bella sounds wonderful. I've never seen a white. Is it like a yellow lab?
Yeah, she's a yellow lab, but she's whitish more than yellow.
Oh, that's neat. Well, thank you. Bella sounds wonderful. Dogs are great. What animal is smarter? A dog or a pig? Who says a dog?
Cats.
Dog.
Who says a pig? According to the Pig's Peace Sanctuary, pigs are smarter. Pigs are actually third removed from humans on a human intelligence scale. Dogs are 13th removed. The only two animals smarter than a pig are primates and dolphins. Pigs are very social. They need a lot of mental stimulation. They need a lot of exercise every day, just probably like Bella. In the wild, pigs will travel for miles daily. The purpose of my report tonight is to give you an overview into the research I've done, into the feasibility of taking animal cruelty legislation to all 50 states to include farms, especially factory farms, and to protect livestock. My research comes from high-quality websites on the internet and the book, The CAFO Reader, The Tragedy of Industrial Animal Factories. Who can tell me what CAFO, C-A-F-O, stands for? Anybody? I never knew until I read the book. It stands for Confined Animal Feeding Operation, which is what a factory farm is. How many of you are aware that in 30 states, according to vegan.com, farms, including factory farms, and livestock are exempt from animal cruelty laws? Anybody?
Of course.
What this means for Molly, who's here in the slide, is that she'll spend nearly her entire life imprisoned in a 2-foot by 7-foot steel cage called a gestation crate. There's not even enough room for her to turn around. According to factoryfarming.org, gestation crates are considered the most inhumane treatment of any animal on a factory farm, and they will drive pigs like Molly out of their minds. Julie, could you ever imagine treating Bella in this fashion?
No.
And remember, Bella is intelligent, but Molly is even more intelligent than Bella. And Molly needs the same stimulation and the same exercise every day as Bella. How many of you have seen the Emmy award-winning movie Temple Grandin? If you haven't seen it, it's a wonderful movie, very inspiring. Temple Grandin is an animal expert. She is a professor at Colorado State University, and she serves on McDonald's panel of industry experts. She refers to gestation crates as being like keeping you, a human, strapped in an airline seat your entire life. Could you imagine that? The good news is that 5 states and 2 countries, the UK and Sweden, have outlawed gestation crates. In a recent Gallup poll, 63% of Americans support strict laws to protect farm animals like Molly. I strongly suggest you form an action plan to take animal cruelty legislation nationwide to include all 50 states and to include farms, especially factory farms, and to protect livestock like Molly. In the words of Hugh White, the past cannot be changed. The future is in your hands. I'll take 2 minutes of questions. Jeff Hampton.
Is there a unified organization, for lack of a better word, a PAC that is working for legislation? Because as you know, one person can do very little, but whether it's the teachers union or the National Rifle Association, you know, when you combine, so is there an organization that is working?
There are two that I know of, and one I'm a member of. One is the Humane Society has this as one of their goals. The other is, God, I write them checks and I'm trying to remember what the name, it's called, Humane Farming Association. And they're working on this. So there are two organizations, but I think the awareness level is so low and there's a lot of myths out there also. Robert.
How can you tell where the food that you buy comes from? You know, if you want to support this, you support it with your pocket. So how do I buy from those 5% or whatever that?
What they recommend, that's a great question. Robert is asking, how can you tell where this food is coming from if you want to not support this type of treatment? What they're recommending is you go right to your grocer and you ask. I did it the other day. Where is this food? Where is your meat coming from? Maybe I like eating meat, but I don't want to support factory farming. And that's really the best way because the labeling is so confusing. Kim.
What is the justification that the farmers use for keeping the pigs in those cages?
Excellent question. I talked to a couple farmers down at the Cleveland Farmers Market last weekend and asked them about this. And they basically said all they're trying to do is maximize their profits. You know, these guys do sustainable feeding with their pigs and cows and their free pasture. They still make a lot of money. What they said, the justification is you can keep them in these tiny pens, in these rows, and you don't have to have the people managing pigs. So it's a labor-saving device. It's also, in my opinion, one of the most evil things I've ever seen. Any other questions? Ian?
Has there been any legislation ever to deal with this?
You know what, and I'm not an expert on this, I can look into this and get back to you. There was, and it was in California, I believe, and I'm not sure if it got defeated or not. There are 5 states that have it. Smithfield Foods is the largest producer. They're supposed to outlaw gestation rates. They're making a lot of excuses. I think, in my opinion, there's a lot that can be done to personalize the pig, to make it a little stronger appeal to people. Because you see a lot of signs where they say, save the pigs.
Doesn't PETA do something?
Pardon me?
Doesn't PETA do something?
I think they do some, yeah, I saw some things on their website also. So there's a lot still to do. Any other questions?
Did you say something about Humane Society? Humane Societies, you know, get stray dogs and animals, and
they are involved
they're
with this.
They're not really too good about some of them. Maybe.
Where they put the euthanasia. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know they're getting the word out about the gestation crates and other things with factory farms. I'm not positive exactly how much progress they've made. That's all the time we've got for questions. Thank you for your excellent questions. I leave you with one final thought to protect intelligent animals like Molly. A quote from Helen Keller. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Madam Toastmaster.